All right. Well, hey, team. Welcome to Team Time. It's Monday night. It's February 23rd, if you can believe that. It is the last week of the month. So lots of good stuff can happen this week as we continue to share and help people with our program. And we're real excited tonight because we had the opportunity. There were five of us from our team that attended a regional event. It was called Awaken. It was led by another team of coaches, although there was corporate representation there. Nick Johnson was there, the president and incoming CEO of Optavia. Dr. Anderson was there, Dr. A, Dan Bell, along with other leaders. So it really is exciting what's coming. And I really want to tonight, we're going to focus on the attendees and what did they come away with? What can they share with you? But I will tell you, it is impossible to duplicate the energy of an event and what happens in a room. Events, I was this was shared with me when I was a brand new coach. The advice was attend every event that you qualify for. And I think in almost 15 years, I can only remember one that I missed in 15 years. And we are very blessed in this business that we had virtually no overhead. So our only investment is in ourselves, in improving ourselves and staying abreast. So that being said, just want to remind you about convention coming up July 16th to the 19th in Orlando. Details will be released next month, but if you really want to be a part of 3.0, what is happening, just start making the plans and the resources to be able to be there with us. So the people that were able to attend with us, basically, Shauna had a whole leg with her. Shauna, Kelly, Ellen, Temperance, and Temperance had a guest who has now become a client and wants to become a coach. So good things are happening. So Shauna, why don't we kick it off with you? Would love to hear what you have to share with the team.
Okay, thanks, Dee. Well, it was an exciting weekend for sure. And I'm really glad I went. And with every event, y'all, I don't want to go. Okay, I just want to tell you that as a leader here. I never want to go. Rarely do I want to go. But when I get there, I am always so glad I want to go. And that's really not anything to do with the business. It's just life. Something always comes up at the last minute. But I'm just going to give you really quick bullet points because I know we're kind of on a time and I have so many pages of notes and I could not figure out what I wanted to talk to you about the most. But there were some things that I wrote down that were impactful and they just kind of stuck. So I'm going to go through and just start, giving you some really quick things. First, they talked a lot about our health, our personal health. And I know for me personally, I've gotten really sloppy. And I don't, that message really hit me slam full in the face. But the consistent message was get your health in check and learn proper nutrition or transition. And I think that the transition hit me hard because it's something that, we need to teach really well to our clients. And it's one of the reasons people aren't successful long term. So that was one of the things that I thought was pretty impactful. An unhealthy body will produce an unhealthy mind. That's a hard one to hear, isn't it? So Frank and I have to tell you, we're really tightening up. We're just making a public declaration here because that was another thing we were taught. We've become a little sloppy. So we are going to do a 16-week reset. It's just in time for convention. I would challenge all of you to do that. And what do our numbers say? In 16 weeks, we can be down, 14% body fat? How amazing would that be for those of us who need that? So if you need it, might be a great time for you to start that. I believe it was either Becca Tinter or Doug Wood that said, people may not judge us, but they won't choose us if they don't see us living what we're coaching. Listen to that again. People may not judge us, but they won't choose us if they don't see us living what we're coaching. That was a hard one to hear. Business, took a lot of notes on that. I've never surfed, but this analogy I thought was really cool. So they say when you're sitting on a surfboard and you're looking behind you, waiting for that big wave to come. Once you see it, what do? I didn't know this. You start paddling because you want to paddle and get some momentum going so that when that wave hits, you're going to ride up on that wave and ride in. And they said, we are in the paddling phase right now. The big wave is coming. And if we're not paddling, you don't want to get left behind. Who wants to get left behind? I don't see a single hand. I don't want to get left behind. So I thought that was, I love it. I love an analogy. Here's just some statements. People will read your belief in this program. So what are you bringing to your interest calls, your client support, your coaching support? Are you bringing excitement and enthusiasm, or is it getting kind of old and stale? We need to be giving unmatched client support. I loved that phrase, unmatched client support. Y'all, we are unique in what we do, and we need to outshine anything that's out there. We have such amazing change coming. We connect through our valleys, not just our mountaintops. I loved this one because it's so easy to always share the exciting, always share the stories and the positive, but people are sitting out there and they want to relate to us. So, share some things that people can relate to. And, when we share things that people need to hear. We share a solution that what they're looking for in their valleys. This is a big one. Momentum doesn't reward dabbling. It rewards consistency. Dabbling. That looks like, I might not go to this week's team time, but I'll go to next week's. Or, I don't feel like posting, so I'll just wait and do something this weekend. Dabbling. I've been guilty. So momentum doesn't reward dabbling, it rewards consistency. You become what you repeatedly declare. That was powerful. You become what you repeatedly declare. So, are you a health coach? Are you a diet coach? Or are you helping people take control of their metabolic health? Are you rising up and looking for leaders to become a part of your team? They did an exercise where they told us to breathe in and breathe out. And the message was breathe in the mission, take a deep breath, and exhale the distractions. How many have distractions in their life? A lot. Yeah, we all do, right? But focus on the mission and breathe out the distractions. And a lot of I think the distractions they were talking about is the noise. The stories, that talk track that plays. It's not like your children need to go to ball practice and you need to go grocery shopping. It's this up here. This is the distractions they're talking about. They brought a team up on the stage of 3 coaches under a couple coach. They sponsored their mother, who sponsored a woman, who sponsored a woman. So there's three levels here. The last one to be signed up as a coach, and there was excitement in these 3 women. They asked her, what are you doing that you're growing so fast? And I'm going to tell you all the things that she said. I listen and do what I'm told to do that works. I attend all team meetings and the Monday night client community calls. I lean into my mentorship. I show up. I attend power hours. I listen. There's that word listen again. I take action. I am committed. I stay plugged in, and I trust the process. And she just rattled those off. And I thought that was powerful. Those are all action things. So those were some of my really fast takeaways. And Gina Eccles did a really funny analogy where she talked about a dance that she was asking her son to teach her to do. And so she was trying to show us all this dance that she wanted to do. I'm not going to show you a dance, but I'm going to do the next part. So let's all of us raise our hands. Okay? Let's lower our hands. Good. Raise your hands. Okay, I didn't do it, did I? Why did you do it? Right? Lower your hands. Gina Eccles did that because she said coaching is that. It's show them, do it with them. I said, let's, we did it all together, and then watch them do it. It's that easy. And I think we get so caught up and make it so complicated. I loved that because I make it complicated sometimes. And it's not. It's just show your new coaches how to coach, do it with them, and then watch them do it. So that was what I had. I had a lot more, but
Yeah.
quick
That
things.
was beautiful. That was beautiful, Shauna. I love that was, I'm so glad that you were able to incorporate that example, because I think very often we do overcomplicate it. And one thing that was reinforced over and over again is that there is no new protocol. Right. We've got our six fundamentals. Now, I know Stephanie Schaefer, you were on here for your first call. Welcome as a new coach. So you are learning, but a lot of us have been here for a minute. And sometimes we're waiting for the next shiny object, the next thing that's going to move us forward. But there really isn't another thing. The answer is in our thinking. It's in our energy. And that's what Shauna was sharing about, the belief in what we have, the belief in other people, and most importantly, the belief in ourselves and what is possible. So that was a really good reminder for me. All right, Ellen, I know you are at work, so I know you snuck away to be able to get here. So let's have you go ahead and get share because it was so fun, such a joy to me to meet you in person. But this was your first Optavia event.
Yes, and I was so excited to see you and Shauna and Kelly and my little group I brought. We had a great time, and I just wrote down a few things that I just wanted to share because I didn't know if I was going to get to have time to share. But the first thing was clarity. We all need clarity, and then we need to put it into action. There's over 200 million people that need what we do, and 9 out of 10 people need this. Reset, renew, refine. That's what we do. We're in one of those. And if you're not, then everybody needs to be in one. Uh, then to learn it, live it, and lead it. It's hard to do something if we hadn't done it. And we're going to learn it, we're going to live it, and then we're going to lead it. And then just the whole 3.0, that's an umbrella for a whole lot of great, wonderful things coming. And I'm excited about that. I like the 16-week reset. I like the use of the metabolic scale. I think that's what we're doing. We're changing lives by seeing actual things that change. Um, and the two big things that I came home with, among being excited about everything, was, and I just tell it to myself, and I've got it on my bathroom mirror, and it's just do it. Don't overthink it. 3.0, just do it. So glad you asked me on here, and I'm excited for everybody. And we had a wonderful weekend. And if you weren't there, don't miss another one because it's amazing. So
So good, Ellen. Wow, you were so concise as well. So, um, I love what you shared. And, I really want to commend Ellen. Being a new coach is already she and Temperance, who's going to share next, are already thinking about sharing with other medical professionals. Like they see the need in the medical community. So sharing this as a business with other professionals, potentials for referrals, etc. And an analogy that they gave, I had never heard it phrased this way, but Leanne Goff spoke and she said she had us all take a coin out of our pocket or purse or whatever. And there's two sides to every coin, or there's two sides to a dollar bill or $100 bill. And it is only with both sides that we have full value. And so what she shared was that one side of the coin is the program. And most of us are really great at sharing the program. The flip side of that dollar bill or the coin is the business. And it is the two things together that present the full value of Optavia. And the same trilogy applies. We may be talking metabolic health, but it's still healthy mind. I mean, healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. And I personally felt very convicted about not sharing this business, the business opportunity, that we cannot hold it behind our back. And not share it with somebody, because even if you've had experience where maybe you had coaches that you didn't have the greatest, they didn't have the greatest success in Optavia, that is truly because it wasn't the right player on the team, right? And what's possible is, and is a fact, is that there's another you out there, there's another me out there, there's another Shauna out there, there's a Dan Valentine out there, etc. So really remembering, if we're going to be the elite coaching organization, that the vision that's required to pull off this metabolic mission, which is needs about 1 million health coaches, that it starts at ground zero. It starts with us. So, Temperance, let's see, have you share, and then we'll have Kelly share.
Okay. So I am a fairly new coach, just to let everyone else know. I've only been doing this since January as a coach. Um, my biggest take back from the event, I guess, was clarity and confirmation. Um, it's so much bigger than weight loss. And like hearing all the clinical updates and just listening to Dr. A talk and Dan Valentine and Mr. Bell talk about the improvements and the real life changes, and then listening to all the testimonials, it really hit me. And I'm now understanding, I guess, the structure and accountability that the program gives people, and how it's helping reverse diabetes and heart disease. And it's really kind of decreasing, or I mean, decreasing aging on people. It's like Dr. A was saying, he's like in his 70s and 20 years off his metabolic age. That's pretty amazing to me. But like, I guess my biggest take back is they said you have to be bold. And I'm kind of a shy person, and I really have to step out of my comfort zone. And that's what I have to do. I have to be bold. I have to reach out there and do the follow ups. So, I mean, this program's amazing, and we are truly, truly helping people and changing lives. So, yes, I'm gonna be bold, and I got a lot of clarity, and I'm gonna share with as many people as I can. I was telling Shauna earlier today, I was actually at my insurance company and talking to some ladies in there, and I just stepped out of my comfort zone, started talking about the program, and I have a few people interested that I'm going to talk to tomorrow about the program and hopefully sign them up. But I mean, I guess that's it. I don't really know what else to say. It's a great program, and it works.
Yeah. It was such a great honor to be able to meet you. I'm just going to tell you guys, you got to meet Temperance at convention, because this girl's got a little bit of sass in her, and she went up on stage and did the push-up contest with the women. And I read one of your posts, and I'm just going to put you on the hot seat. You said that you had always dreamed that you would be a millionaire. Can you
Yes.
elaborate on what you shared in your post?
I guess just listening to the others speak, like Dan Valentine and the ones that have been millionaires. And this program helping people, I guess it can get you there. It's you got me on the spot, and I'm like, I can't think right now.
It's okay.
Um, but basically, if you work hard at something and you truly believe in it, then you're gonna get there. You're gonna become that millionaire. Just chase your dreams,
Yeah.
and you will get there.
So good. So good. And, it
Mhm.
was really, that's what's great about events. And when you have others attend with you is to really see it through their eyes, like seeing that you captured the vision of what was possible through Optavia. And we only become wealthy in this business when we help other people get healthy,
Mhm.
right? Like I can't even think of anything with greater meaning and purpose than what we're doing
Yes.
in helping somebody
Mhm.
take back their health. And if we can really wrap our arms around that. And it was fun to see you immediately come back and step into boldness and not worrying about being
Mhm.
polished, perfect, etc. And really people buy our
Mhm.
rawness. They buy your energy. I had written this down. Nobody is excited about a metabolic reset or a 5-in-1, but what they'll get excited about is your energy, you sharing
Yes.
your journey, right? Just like Shauna was saying about revamping and upping our own personal health. When you are doing that, you are living out loud and you are showing your lifestyle. That is what attracts other people.
Mhm.
So good.
And it's not complicated. Like Dan was saying, you just got to get out there and you have to talk to people. You have to literally talk to them. It's not complicated. It's easy.
Yes. And thank you for that reminder because if you were sitting behind the keyboard and that is your main mode of business, it's just not the way it works in today's world. And listening, being out and about and listening for opportunities. Nick Johnson gave an incredible story of an opportunity he had in an airport lounge to talk to somebody. But Temperance, you heard, you listened when you were with your insurance group and decided to be bold and share, and people are interested. So that is really what is going to make a difference and how we are going to connect with people, being humans, speaking and being with other humans and sharing what can solve their problems. So Kelly, so proud of you. I think this was your first event having like not just one coach, but a team with you. So tell us about what that felt like and what your takeaway was from the event.
I was thrilled that there were people coming with me. I was like, woohoo! You know, I mean, y'all know I'll go do things by myself if I have to. But I really want to bring as many people with me as I possibly can. And one of the things that Melissa told me when we were in at the Edge thing in Baltimore was she said, next time bring people with you. That's your goal. Bring people with you. And now she meant to Edge, I think, but or any event. But at any rate, I was pretty excited to be bringing people with me, and the excitement caught on. There was a spark, and then there was a fire. So these ladies are fireballs, and I love it. They were making reels in the restaurant and all this stuff, and we were doing and posting them out there. It was good. It was good. So I have 3 pages, 4 pages of things, just bullet points that I wrote about things. So I
We go
won't
make
get
a
to
pot of
all of it.
coffee.
Yeah, I won't. I did it. I typed it out so that I could read it because my handwriting's hard to read when I'm writing real fast. But I won't catch all of them. I'll just pick out a few. And I did that so I'd have it easily accessible. But Megan Valentine, her one of the big things she said was you need to invest in belief before results, and that was just something that she and also Tiffany Howard mentioned about believing in yourself and what you can accomplish and what you can do. It starts there. um, she also mentioned something about we're committed and being a 3.0 coach, and we are looking for people who are committed. We're not looking for people that are just like, well, I'll try it and I'll see how it works. We're looking for people that are like, I'm ready, let's go. That's who we're looking for in clients and in coaches. Okay. And that was something that really stood out to me. And then she talked about the shift in the locker room before the game. She used her team, her favorite team, the Bears, as an example. But um, and we all have our favorites as far as sports, if you like sports. But at any rate, same thing. The locker room talk before you get out there, and then sometimes you see the teams, they're behind, and then halftime they come back and they take it. You wonder what they told them, there, and that's that self talk thing too. Not just how we are with one another. I felt like with our group being able to be together, we were kind of getting that locker room vibe, and I appreciated that. Um, Dan Valentine, he's always fun to listen to, but he was like, the market's wide open, it is unlimited, and he was really making a good point in that there's just so much out there. Of course, he knows where the company is going worldwide. The rest of us don't. But so that's good to know. But one of the examples he showed was there was a group of kids trying to solve this unsolvable puzzle, and when they tried for about, I don't know, 8 minutes or something, and they quit. And then they brought in another group of kids, and they were really the elite smart ones, very intelligent ones, and they tried for about 20 minutes, and then they quit. And then the next group, they dressed them up in Batman costumes, and the group that dressed up in Batman costumes tried to solve that puzzle for 3 hours. Okay, huge difference. And it was because of how they felt about themselves in that Batman costume. And so he was saying we need to have on our Batman costume every time we are doing anything with this business, because that's the kind of belief we need to have. We can do this. And so I'll be wearing my Wonder Woman costume. But at any rate, and Doug Wood, I loved what he had to say when he got out there. He was like, he had a lot of things to say, but something that really stood out to me that impressed me was he was like, don't be ashamed of, to be afraid people tell them how much this program costs. It's $450. It is the only metabolic health program out there, and I am the best coach to coach you. And then, oh, well, let me talk to my wife, or let me talk to my husband. Well, doesn't your husband want you to be healthy? Or doesn't your wife want you to be healthy? Don't you want to be there for your kids? Aren't you? You told me you want to be there for your kids. You want to be present for your kids. Just things like that. He's like, stay in the fight, stay in the conversation. Don't say, okay, let me know, that kind of thing. And I've been guilty of that. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit more of a pest, I guess, and be doing the thing. He mentioned something else about he had somebody that works for him that his car was debilitated and he needed to get it replaced. And so he goes to the car lot, and he got him a nice used vehicle that was within his budget, and it worked out great. And he didn't think that salesman was doing him dirty. He didn't think that salesman was trying to take him. The salesman was doing a service for him, was providing a solution for him. And he said, that's what we need to think of this is. We are providing a solution. And in my heart, this is a gift. This program has been a gift to me. It has been a gift to me in my health. It's been a gift to me in finances and in a business, being able to create a business where I can work from home and do the things that I need to do, and I can adjust my schedule and all of that stuff. I never had that. I've been employed for years and years in clinical care, and I couldn't work my schedule. I mean, yeah, I had a certain number of days off, but I couldn't work my schedule around what I wanted to do. If I wanted to go and do something, I couldn't change my schedule. I didn't have that flexibility. So it's just a good lesson for us to realize we need to be bold about this. We know what we've got. Okay. And they don't know what we have. And so it's up to us to let them know about it. Something else that stood out to me about Nick Johnson, he said, you cannot throw a stone with 9 out of every 10 people in the United States needing this. You can't throw a stone and hit somebody and it be somebody that doesn't need this plan. You just can't. In my BNI meeting that I go to every week, there's about 40 or so people in the group right now, and then you have visitors. That means about 4 of those people don't have metabolic dysfunction on average, and everybody else does. Are all those people on plan with me? No, but they need to be. So there's that. And then something that Becca said that really spoke to me was, she said, what is the one thing that you're going to change this week, and how are you going to measure it? That stood out to me, because I can say I'm gonna, but how am I going to measure it, and how am I going to know when I did it? If it's just a checkoff list, that's one thing. But if it's something else, if it's like, something that has a process to it, then map out how to do the process. goodness gracious, we know how to do that. We've been taught that many times, for ourselves or for others. So that was something that was good. I really, really appreciated it was Frank and Nicole Baricelli, I believe is their last name. I had not heard them speak before. They specifically talked a lot about whenever you were with finished with the fat burn piece and the next stage when you're doing the refinement or you're doing the optimizing, moving into transitioning into optimizing health. They specifically made some good points about that I think is very important because I think sometimes, you know, many of us didn't do transition right necessarily, or we're having a hard time teaching other people how to do it. So one of the things that they said was it's a strategic food expansion. It's a controlled nutritional progression. You are introducing things gradually, and it has structure, and that control never disappears. It's not a situation of okay, we're doing this. Okay, now I'm done. Because then it's like a diet, and then you stop doing the diet. So that's not what we're doing. We're learning how to be a healthy person. So that mindset doesn't go away. Those habits don't go away. So I had more, but I will stop there. And if you want to know about the rest of it, do a one-to-one with me. Get on my calendar and let's talk.
I
That
love
would be
that. I
fun.
love that. Thank you, Kelly. It's impossible to share it all. What I will tell you is that we will dive further in next week into reset, renew, and refine, and what that means, which is basically fat loss, transition, and optimization, and how we need to elevate ourselves to be 3.0 coaches so that we are living that, because 3.0 coaches are going to create 3.0 clients. And especially getting proficient at the transition stage and optimization, and really reaching a point you don't accept any client that will not agree that they will follow the process through. But just like Kelly said, the Mirasolas did a great job. I want to share more on that, on language that they use to help guide people to every step, because anyone who does this program without transition is setting themselves up for failure. And if you have done that yourself, you know that the consequences of being in that loop. So the final things as we are wrapping up, and you can go to the client community call and then Dan Bell's call at 8:30, was the reminder you only win at this business when we take our eyes off ourselves and we help other people win. So my challenge to you is pay attention to your thinking this week. If you're thinking, well, I don't want to be salesy, or I don't want to bring this up, that I is the inward focus. So we want to keep those eyes going externally. And then the other thing I was reminded of was they said every level of your business requires a new level of you. And if your business has felt hard, remember, like when you are at the gym and you are doing things, right, over time, they get easy. And we tend, and in order to elevate and to build, it's got to be hard. So continue to stay in the fight with what you guys are doing. We're going to continue to work and grow together as our team to be the best that we can be as coaches to expand, because what's coming is pretty incredible. So thank you guys. Thank you to everyone that shared. Go ahead and mark your calendar for convention to be there with us. And we'll see you in the Facebook group for the rest of the week. Bye, you guys.